What is going on, guys and gals? What I've got here is my 2023 Chevy Colorado ZR2. My name's Andrew, and I'm going to share a little bit about my purchase. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not doing this for follows or likes. If you want to subscribe, do it. Then you're probably not going to see much more content out of me, at least until I take this thing four-wheeling. I just wanted to get some good shots of the Colorado for you guys and answer some questions and share a little bit about my purchasing story and the options that are on the truck. All right, so here we go. Gonna dive right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice little 360 around the truck and tell you a little bit about my story. Been looking into the Chevy Colorado for a little over a year now. I knew I wanted the ZR2 right off the bat because it's got the front and rear locker. I'm not a huge fan of the G80 locker that comes on the Trail Boss and the Z71. Yeah, just not a huge fan of that. Was a little skeptical of the 2.7 4-cylinder at first, but I got to test drive one in the Silverado and had plenty of torque and horsepower. And from what I can find online, there's not really too many complaints about the truck, other than it's missing 2 or 4 cylinders. But whatever, that's a funny joke. Just diving right into it. So, options. I got the steel drive shaft on this truck. As you can see, it's right there. I also got the underbody camera. Just looking inside real quick. I've got the sunroof and the Bose sound system, as well as the safety features and the technology package and all that stuff. So this thing's got a gang of cameras, which I'll go over shortly. Just from the outside, man, y'all, I gotta say, it's a beautiful truck. It's a really good looking truck. It looks better in person. So let me go ahead and just get a couple more views of this thing before we dive inside. Show you where all those cameras are. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rear end. You can see that shock placement, the exhaust. That tailgate is dampered or tampered or whatever it's called. I'm not gonna go over the stove flex because y'all probably have seen it 100,000 times. There's the 120 volt. The bed's a pretty good size, I guess. I mean, I am coming from a Ford F-150, so it's a little bit smaller, but it'll do. Go ahead and show you the inlets for the trailering. Yeah, I mean, this is just a beautiful truck. Really enjoy it. So, I picked up this truck from Medford, Oregon. I had originally tried my best to get a truck locally. I live in the Bay Area in California. For those that don't know, I reached out to 5 or 6 dealerships to get a Colorado ZR2, and I had absolutely no luck finding allocation. I did find a couple places that had some ZR2s coming in, but they wanted $5,000 over MSRP, and I just felt like that was a ridiculous ask, especially, you know, current times. So I just kept on looking. You know, I went on the Chevrolet website and I built out the truck that I wanted, and I put the search distance 500 miles, and I reached out to Airport, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac in Medford, Oregon, because I saw that they were getting this beautiful ZR2, and I said, hey, you guys have a name on that truck? Is anybody claiming it? And they said no, and I was like, just got straight to the point. Are you gonna ask over MSRP? And they said no. They've honored MSRP even throughout COVID. So if you see the opportunity to buy a truck from them and you're in a generally close location, I would go for it, because they're not going to try to charge you over MSRP. Super zero hassle. Literally sent me overnight mail for all the paperwork to get signed, and then when I showed up there, I flew into Medford. They picked me up. I gave them the money, they gave me the keys, they helped me set up OnStar, and they helped me set up the My Chevrolet app, and I was on the road literally in like 15 minutes of shaking hands. So yeah, that was super cool and super convenient. Great place to do business. Highly recommend that if you can. So since we're on the topic about the OnStar app, they gave you 3 months of OnStar for free. After that, I think it's like $20 a month. You can get Wi-Fi for your truck, which is an additional $15 a month. I don't know why anybody needs Wi-Fi for their truck, or have Wi-Fi coming from their truck if we all have smartphones and can hotspot. But I guess some people want it, some people need it. So the My Chevrolet app, you can go ahead and get that, and I think that's a subscription as well, and that allows you to turn on your car, have a location of your vehicle, all that cool stuff from your phone. But you can turn on your car from your beautiful little key fob here. You click this button twice and it turns on. That wasn't a cold start. That was just, I just drove into this parking lot. We'll go ahead and hop in the car here in a second. Additionally, I just want to show you guys that the rock bar, it does have holes in there, so you guys can get that aftermarket attachment on there and get some steps if you need them. But anyways, I'm going to go inside the truck. I'm going to go over the infotainment system. So when you click the engine, turn on your vehicle from your fob here, it does this little display thing, but you actually still have to press down on the brake and press the start engine button. So where do I jump in? Let's just go ahead and go right to the juicy part. Let's just play, well, I gotta connect, my phone's gotta connect to the auto, Android Auto, there it goes. Let's play a little bit of music real quick, show you guys what that Bose sound system does. There we go. Play a little music for y'all. Let's find something good. I think a little bit of EDM and Fleetwood Mac was probably good, Justice, right? Just bear with me. Let's go ahead and hear the drop. So as you can see, I mean, this Bose sound system really rocks. You don't need a kicker, you don't need a subwoofer, it bumps. I haven't figured out how to mess with the sound settings in the infotainment system yet, but once I figure that out, maybe I'll post a video on it. I know there's a few YouTubers out there that have gone over the infotainment system on these trucks. There's a lot of information and things to press and things to mess around with. I'm just not going to do that in this video. You guys do know that the headlights are, you know, adjustable right here, as well as, you know, you can do your power window locks right here. You got your hill scent control, whatnot. But yeah, you're just gonna have to go to a different video if you guys want to get more into that. I just really want to show you guys the Bose sound system, as well as I want to show you guys that you can go ahead and see your Google Maps on your display, on your 11-inch display. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm not sure if they have it on the other ones, but that's pretty much it. You got your off-road stuff, your tire angle, which is pretty cool. You guys will see shortly what my MPG is. It's currently 15.7. 350 miles. When I got into town from Medford, Oregon, it was roughly 16 and a half. I drove it a little bit in the city and it dropped a little bit. I was told that at 1,200 miles, the vehicle breaks in a little bit better and you get a little bit better gas mileage. I'm coming from a Ford F-150 that was probably getting 10 or 12 miles per gallon. You know, this is by far better than that. I didn't necessarily get the truck because I was going to be commuting in it. I'm not really terribly worried about gas mileage. I was more concerned about the off-road capability of this truck. It's one of the main reasons I got it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the infotainment system behind the steering wheel. As you guys can see, got all our different little buttons here. I'm sure you all know what they do. This one's a little interesting though. You press this down, all your windows come down, right? That's cool. But if you press it again, they don't go back up. What's up with that? So you gotta come over here and do this. So, whatever. It'd be cool to have a one-touch all the way up. Show you guys the function of the sunroof. So, obviously it goes back all the way, which is super cool. Comes forward. And then it pops up. The rear is not automatic. You do have to manually do that. Yeah, and this interior is not that bad, guys. I know that there's been some comments about the yellow stitching. I agree with you. Probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but hey, you know, I didn't get the truck for you know, the way it looks in the interior. I think it looks better than what's offered on the Canyon. I don't really like all that white leather in the AT4X. But yeah, I know there's been some, you know, thoughts about the placement of the shifter. I actually think it goes pretty well where it's at. I feel like if it was right here, it'd just be a little too close. So obviously you can mess with your gears. Tectonic shifter right there. You got your parking brake, which you have to actually press to get it to go. I don't think it does it automatically, or at least mine currently is not doing that. You got obviously all of your different modes here. Which I'm sure that if you've been looking at this truck, you kind of already know a lot about. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. This is kind of a little hard to get to for your trailer brake, but that's not the end of the world either. All in all, it's just it's a great truck. I do want to show you guys the cameras on here. Let's go to the cameras. So obviously you got your different, you know, your angles of approach. You got the rear camera, you got the front and the rear. Again, a little closer up there, you can see your tires. Maybe you're approaching an angle, or approaching a curb, trying to parallel park, and you want to make sure you're not going to run over the curb. Who cares? You got 33-inch tires, you'll go right over it. Obviously press that button, the 360 goes away. Press that button, the approach goes away. You got your trailer camera right here. You've got your 360 with your underbody camera, front and back, and then you also have your split front and back camera right here, which I mean, that's pretty badass. Like, this is one of the things I didn't necessarily order right off the bat, or wanted to order when I was trying to make an order for this truck, but now that I have it, I think it's pretty cool. I can't wait to use it. That's pretty much it for the infotainment system. Yeah, I mean, this has a lot of stuff that you will need to figure out to operate. You know, a lot of things you have to figure out to operate. So like your trip, it has to be reset here on the infotainment system. You've got your cameras, you've got your sound quality, you've got your headlights, and there's a bunch of stuff. So I would highly recommend spending a little bit of time, like I'm going to be doing here shortly, and figuring out all the little things in here. Do want to show you guys and gals the back rear seat of the truck. You know, I got a daughter, she's 1 year old. This is her car seat. This is the placement of it right here. It's not the most compact, it's also not the smallest. I am 5'8", and I feel like I have plenty of room. My wife is about the same height as me, and she's got plenty of room. I mean, knees up, legs out. I mean, still got plenty of room. You can't really man spread in this truck. It's got a little bit more of a cockpit feel, but I think that's probably a good thing, especially if you're off-roading or, you know, driving a little, what do they call it, spirited. You'll feel planted in this truck, and I think that's something that you probably want in something like this. Just go over the interior one more time. Let you guys see that. Oh yeah, these that's an addition right here, these floor mats. That was also something that was on the order. Like I said, I didn't order this truck. This truck was already pre-built. They had it on the lot, or coming, you know, in transit when I put my name on it. So again, there's those there's everything. Yeah, I really don't, guys and gals, like I really don't have much more to say about the truck. It looks really great. It looks even better in person than online. I wasn't really sure what this color was gonna look like on the truck. It looks fantastic. I think it's super clean. I think it's super sharp. My wife loves it. My neighbors have given me a ton of compliments. There are some things about the truck that I don't like. Like, for instance, one thing I'm not a big fan of is this is not a power seat. I totally thought that the passenger front seat would be a power seat. It's not. So something that might sway you to get that Canyon. Really, that's pretty much it. I do think the Canyon, you know, it's a really good looking truck as well. It's literally the same thing. Another thing about this truck that is kind of upsetting, I just realized this today and from seeing a video on YouTube, is that these front fender flares, as you can see, they are popping out. I'll have to reach out to the dealership to get that resolved. But besides that, I mean, it looks great. Look at those LED lights. You don't get that with the Trail Boss. There's like a little Chevrolet bow tie right there. Yeah, I think it's a good looking truck. Another thing I'm not a big fan of is that this, you know, I thought this might be a step that you can use to get up into your bed. It's a little bit lower than your rear bumper. It's not. I would not step on this. I actually saw someone online say that might be a step, but it's not. The gas mileage, you know, you're right, it's a 4-cylinder. You would think it's gonna get good gas mileage. Everyone says that. It's like, oh, it's a 4-cylinder, it's gonna get good gas mileage, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking once it's all said and done, it's broken in, it's figured itself out, I'm probably going to get maybe 18, 19 combined on a good day. I mean, besides that, if it stays at 16, if that's just, it is what it is. We'll have to see, guys, and I'll report back to you on that. I hope to take this thing out 4-wheeling and maybe post another video about it. But yeah, y'all have seen the outside, you've been around it, you've been above it, you've been under it, you've even been inside. So hopefully that answers all your questions and satisfies all your curiosity. I really hope this video helps some of you make the decision to get a ZR2 or a Z71 or not. You know, I get it. It's not the biggest truck. The Silverado is bigger, but I think for a family man like myself, it's gonna be just fine. At least that's until I decide to get like a giant trailer and want to haul that around. But yeah, I'm signing off. My name's Andrew. Hopefully this helped you, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I did this one specifically for you all because I just felt like, hey, there's really not that much about these ZR2s online right now from just an average Joe like myself. So I hope you enjoyed it. All right, y'all, see ya.